Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, but Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is a light and easy cooking show, searching for the next conscious chef. Hurry back and join us. Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, but Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is a light and easy cooking show, searching for the next conscious chef, but we also like to bring some of them back. So, without further ado, we brought back to see you again, Chef Carmela McIntyre. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning. How are you?
I am so glad to see you again.
It's so good to be back, Marsha.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Chef, when we get phone calls and somebody saying they followed some of the recipes and they say, when is that person coming back? Well, we can't help it but bring you back because obviously the meals that you prepare are excellent. And so we had to bring you back and wanted to find out what you've been doing.
Just actually trying to create some different dishes for you and spending some time with the grandkids. Had a grandson that just graduated from 8th grade, going off to high school. So preparing them and just finding my way with the dishes.
Okay. Well, most of the time, you know what, when a guest or a viewer is following a chef's recipe, it's something that either not just tastes great, but was healthy for them. So that's what keeps the ball rolling, that they can prepare this meal in 30 minutes or less, tastes great, okay, and they follow the recipe so simply that they can't believe that they did something in 30 minutes or less. Okay, so what are we working with today?
Today we are going to do a salmon in parchment, and the whole meal is going to be cooked in the parchment paper, and we're going to have brown rice. You know how I am about brown rice.
Okay.
It is a healthier choice than white rice. So brown rice, and we have the instant brown rice again. It's the minute rice, and that's what we're going to use. Okay. I'm going to get that started by using some vegetable broth. I always like to use a broth with the rice. It gives it more flavor, and I don't have to add salt to the water because the broth has enough salt in it. So we're using a vegetable broth. Depending on what I'm cooking, I could use a chicken broth. Sometimes I even use a beef broth, but it depends on the meat at the time. So we have 4 cups of water here. Well, broth and a cup of water. We're going to go ahead and get that started and boiling. Then we're going to add the rice to it.
So let me ask you about the broth. Now, and most people might not be familiar with broths, but broths come in various flavors. So chicken, beef, vegetable, anything else? Seafood broth?
There is a seafood.
Okay.
Yeah, so depending on what dish you're doing, you can always use a different type of broth.
Okay. And is it more, so you can use the broth with rice and is it kiwi or something? It's other vegetable. Can you put the broth with other?
You can, like, even if you're cooking a different vegetable, so whether it's broccoli, whether it's spinach, whatever you want that flavor, you can use it in a broth instead of water because now you don't have to add as much salt, so you use your broth to give it more flavor.
Okay.
In most dishes, you can use a broth, and they have also low sodium broth. So you should, if you definitely want to go low sodium, look for a low sodium broth because they do make it. Okay. There's a difference between a broth and a stock. Right. One is just a little richer than the other. So, but whichever one you choose, you can use a broth or you can use a stock. But there's also a base. So a base is in a jar, and it's thicker. So you have options, and they all come in low sodium also. Okay. So,
all right. So we don't want to confuse you guys. We're using a broth today. Okay.
We are.
All right. And I'm just always asking about the broth because I noticed that you always mix it with your rice.
Yes.
And it does taste so great, you know. And then I hadn't thought about that there's a vegetable broth versus a chicken versus the seafood one got me.
There is a seafood broth.
So with my lobster tail and all that, if I want some rice or something, I can put. You know, I'm going to try that. Okay, so.
All right, well, we do want to go ahead and get started, Marsha, because we need to get our salmon in the oven. Okay. But we're going to start by putting it in parchment paper. Okay, so we have our parchment paper, and we're going to do 4 of these.
Let me let's handle. You know, I hear a lot about parchment paper, and a lot of the guest chefs like yourselves have told us and showed us things to do with parchment paper. Okay.
And it just cooks the meal right in it. So we're going to put a little oil on the bottom. All right. And we're going to simply take some asparagus, depending on the person. You're going to use 3, 4, maybe 5 asparagus. It's okay. All right. We're going to move this to the side because we do need to cut our onion up right here.
Okay.
All right.
Now, asparagus is one of those vegetables I'm learning to eat. I know a lot of people like to eat steamed asparagus.
Yes.
Okay.
Really good. You can either steam it, you can put some seasoning on it and bake it in the oven, which is
That's the one.
Yep.
Okay. I'm starting to learn to like crisp vegetables, ladies and gentlemen. Especially when these culinary experts come on and show us how to put them on a parchment paper. Is it parchment?
parchment. Yes, ma'am.
Parchment paper. Put them on there. A little sea salt or something or other.
This we're going to just use a mixed seasoning on.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, we have the asparagus. We're going to take and put a few pieces. We don't want to overpower it with onion.
Okay, so that's red onion.
We got
Is that considered red onion?
It is red onion.
Okay, red onion.
All right. Now we've got some carrots here.
Okay, shredded carrots. All right.
And you're just piling them up right here. Now you know how I am about flavoring stuff from top to bottom, okay? So we do have a little seasoning here. And we're just going to take and season the vegetables, right?
Okay.
Now here, Marsha, we have our salmon. All right. I have some salmon that was already cut, and you want to make sure the skin is not on the salmon. Okay, so it cooks through nicely in our short amount of time. So I'm going to show you real quickly. I have a piece of salmon that still has the skin on it. We want to take that skin off.
Okay.
It is really simple to do. You're going to start it just a little bit with a knife, but you can finish it right with your hand, okay?
Now, does it matter if it has the skin on it or not?
Yes, it does, because it won't cook in a short amount of time if it has that skin on it. It's going to take a little longer.
Okay.
All right, so what we have here, of course, as you can see, is the salmon. It's got the skin on it. We want to cut that skin off. Okay. So what we're going to do is just take this, cut it here, and get it started just a little bit. Now we've got a piece here where we can just take and hold on and take your hand right under it. If you hold this in, you take your hand and you can just take that skin.
Whoa. Right, I've never seen that. Okay.
And that skin is gone.
Did you see that, ladies? Okay.
All right. So, we're going to cut this.
That was a very unique method that you did.
Yes.
Okay, some people are like, I gotta take the knife, cut it off.
Yeah.
But some people like the skin.
Some people do like the skin. And if you're going to just bake it in the oven, you put some oil on it, you can. And then the skin will come away as you're eating it. But for this purpose, because we are, and Marsha, with this being salmon on it now, I'm going to get it out our way if that's okay. 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 I'm going to reach back here.
And I actually, but I just admired how you took it off you separate the skin from the meat in the first place. I'm like, whoa.
So depending on how you're cooking it, you really do need to, in this purpose, remove that skin.
Okay. Okay.
So this is what we're going to do here. Now we have all of this in there. We're going to take this piece of salmon and we're going to just add it right on top.
I can tell that's going to be good already.
And then we're going to season the salmon, of course.
Now, let me ask you about the season. Is it the season mix of your own, or is it
yes, it is. It is actually a couple of different things that I mixed together, you know, salt, pepper, some seasoning salt. Okay. It's quite a bit of stuff in there, but I just mix it all.
So a person really, if they want to season it, they should be able to blend the flavors that they like.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So whatever flavors you like. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to simply take this and fold this over real quickly. It does not take a lot. You don't have to
Now, would
make
this
it
be
pretty.
an individual meal for each family member?
It is individual meal for everybody. You make your
Wow.
own packet for
Okay.
that person. Now, say if you're cooking and somebody say, I don't like carrots. Don't put the carrots on there.
Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
onions. Well, onions, I'm not a crazy person about onions either, but it gives it nice flavor.
Gives it flavor.
Okay, so we're going to set that there, Marsha, and we're going to just make 4 of these real nice and quickly.
Okay. That looks nice. Now, so question.
Yes.
Do you have an option to put it in foil versus
You can put it in foil also.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Okay.
All
So while Chef Carmela and ladies and gentlemen is in the middle of making another one or two, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
What gets you moving?
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
You fuel your body.
And your mind. Get up and play an hour a day, Doc.
check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov. That's www.letsmove.gov.
Do you know what this is? This is a life-saving tool, a gun safety lock. Over the years, I have reported stories on many accidental shootings simply because a gun was not properly locked. Invest in a gun lock. Support Project Child Safe and get a free gun lock from your local police departments. Let's protect our children and community. Let's invest in safety.
And welcome back to the second half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while you were gone, Chef Carmela was nice enough to go ahead and put all these packages together with what's in here now?
We have asparagus with shredded carrots, red onion, and salmon on top, all seasoned nicely.
Okay.
And it's ready to go in the oven.
Okay, so you want me to put this in the oven?
Please.
Okay, you know I'm having
And while she's doing that,
Good
I'm
time.
going to go ahead and put our rice into the pot and get that going. So once again, we got brown rice that's going in the pot with some vegetable broth.
I'm sorry, did we say first or second shelf, husband?
The top shelf,
Top
please.
shelf? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And this oven is truly, truly hot. Okay, what's the temperature that should be used?
We have it at 400 degrees.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now, we know that most of you don't want to turn the oven on in the summertime. So, is there an alternative way to make this dish if they don't want to use the oven?
You could actually put it on the grill.
Ooh.
Take it right outside in that parchment paper and put it on the grill.
Ooh.
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
You know we had to do a grill show. Where's my grill cooks at? Okay, so you just put the rice
I
in.
just put the rice in. We're going to let it come back to a boil. Put the top on it. It's going to come back to a boil. Then we'll turn it down. By the time that salmon is done, this rice will be done. And we are going to be ready to eat.
And this is the part I like about the show more or less. People don't realize in 30 minutes or less, ladies and gentlemen, you can make a full course meal. So, you know, all my homemakers, male and female, I want you to give it a shot. If you have to, send me a tape of you making a meal that took less than 30 minutes that you think that our viewers would really appreciate and try. And guess what? I'm going to try it too. Okay, so 1-800-323-5336, Twitter, hashtag Marsha, Facebook, all that good stuff. Okay, so if you find a meal that you think that our viewers would enjoy, it takes less than 30 minutes, whether it's on the grill, in the oven, on top of the stove, send us a tape. And I guarantee you, we'll air it, okay? So, you know, I'm impressed with that because I like to know when I go home that something that you, ladies and gentlemen, have made, I can go home and duplicate it. And believe me, I duplicate a lot of stuff.
And with this meal, Marsha, for one thing, let's make sure we turn this down so we're not boiling over all over the stove. All right, so we got that turned down. But this meal you can do as many servings as you want. If it's just one of you in the home, you buy yourself a small piece of salmon, you got a meal for the day and for tomorrow. Okay? Right. Because most small pieces you can get to
now what would be another substitute for salmon if the person couldn't eat fish?
You can do chicken.
Really?
Yeah, you can do a chicken breast. You want to take it and butterfly it so it's thinner. You may even want to pound it out. But chicken doesn't take long either. When you're doing a chicken breast, I would do chicken. And the thing with this is that whatever vegetables you like, if it's squash or zucchini, whatever vegetables you like can go in that parchment paper. Once like we said, you can put it in the oven, you can put it on the grill, but it just steams itself right into while it's in the parchment paper.
Because I noticed that the parchment paper is coming up in the markets more now than ever. I mean, I've heard of it and never really, paid attention. but a lot of you come on and use this particular paper to prepare a meal, and I'm like, well, is this taking the place of aluminum foil?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It really is.
Okay.
Parchment paper has been used a lot in baking because you'll put it down and you'll bake on it because it doesn't burn. And so, it just helps to make for easier cleanup also, because once we take this, we cut it open. What we're going to do is take it out the parchment paper and add rice. But if you didn't want to, if you wanted to just cut it open and eat right off the parchment paper, you could.
I've seen programs, ladies and gentlemen, other cooking shows, where they've had it in the foil and they bust the foil over and you see all the corn on the cob and the, crab legs and everything. You're like, man, that looks good.
And you eat it right in the foil and throw the foil away and there you go.
Very little cleanup.
Yeah.
So parchment paper does that too.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to enjoy this meal today, of course. But in the meantime, when you're preparing a meal such as this, and you say you can use chicken or you can use fish,
shrimp.
I
wouldn't try, and I haven't tried any type of beef or steak. You could probably use a very thin cut pork.
Okay.
But I think the beef would take a little longer, depending on how you like your beef. Mine has to be cooked. I'm not a rare beef eater. I don't want it mooing at me. Can't be red. Sorry.
Well, not only that, the idea of preparing meals, faster than normal, then that's what we would want to do. So what is the actual calorie count on a meal like this?
On a meal like this, that one, which is about 6 ounces of salmon, and then the 4 or 5 spears of asparagus, you're looking at about 363 calories. I'm always talking protein. So you've got, in that meal, you've got over 18 grams of protein. And that one pocket is only 363 calories.
360, that's great.
Yeah.
Is that with the rice or without the rice?
That is without the rice.
Okay, with the rice?
With the rice, you probably got another
50?
Maybe 40, 50 calories.
And that's not bad, because you got a complete meal.
A complete meal. Okay. So depending on what you've had throughout the day, I mean, if you're going after, 1,800 calories a day, that the 400 calories right there.
Well, that would start off my, say like that's my lunch or something or whatever. So if I'm doing a grid of my calorie count for the day, that's filling in itself. So I know that's 400 pounds or
400 calories.
400 calories. So then, the remaining calories that I have left over should be something almost as equal in its.
Yeah, because if you really think about a meal, you're looking at a meal being anywhere from 300 to 500 calories. So you just have to say, okay, if this meal I know is 400 calories for the day, then my breakfast and my dinner so my breakfast may be only 300, and then I can do something a little different with dinner. Right. Or you can treat yourself. So if you go a little smaller on your breakfast, a little smaller on then you can have a treat at night. Right. Before you go to bed.
So smaller on the breakfast, smaller on the lunch. This is dinner. You got room for a snack.
Got room for a snack before bedtime.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm always going to have room for a snack. And the snack doesn't have to be overbearing like, a slice of carrot cake.
No.
Or a bowl of ice cream.
No, you could do some fruit.
Oh, yeah, fruit. Okay. But lately, because of our season, time of the year, now most of you don't know what my favorite fruit is. And I was going to play a game, but I'll just go ahead and tell you. Mangoes is my favorite fruit. Mango is my #1 fruit. And knowingly that I can only eat one a day because the sugar content. So would that be a good fruit to have at the end of the night?
Probably not, just because of the sugar content.
So if I was going to eat that, that's the breakfast part. That starts my day, which is good.
Yeah. Because you have to think about when you're ready to go to bed, I don't want anything that's going to wire me up. And when you got sugar and that content, then you're kind of wired and not something more relaxing. Well,
we're going to make it real simple today, okay? So you know the story about the mangoes, ladies and gentlemen. So, of course, if you're a mango eater like I am, don't eat that mango late at night because the sugar content will rise up while you sleep. Next thing you know, you're borderline diabetic. So, and I know that, all right? So I do know that if you're going to enjoy certain types of fruit and they're high in fruit, corn syrup, or, whatever the sugar content is, eat it early. Eat it early. Get it out the way, or only eat a very small portion, which is like the palm of your hand.
Yes.
Oh, some men got big hands.
But right. But if their hand is bigger than their body should be able to handle it. But with the palm of your hand.
Palm of your hand.
then your body can handle what's in it.
Right, palm of your hand. Okay, so whatever can fit in the palm of your hand, if that's your late night snack, that's it. Enjoy it, eat it slow, take your time, and then you won't want any more, and you don't have to worry about, you know, your sugar going up in the middle of the night. So I tell you what, we know that this is all in divine because it's going to be done within that 15 or 20 minutes time. Okay, so we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to energy-saving bulbs. Saving energy saves you money.
Every child is curious.
George, look what I found.
Turn their curiosity into a lifelong love of learning.
That's a periscope.
It's one of the most important gifts you can share. Create a curious reader.
Oh, you want to build a castle like that one? This is super bedtime reading.
Share a book together today. Visit read.gov.
And welcome back to the last half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I just get a thrill out of knowing in the last half of the show, I'm getting ready to eat. So, of course, as I always present to you, that all the meals are 30 minutes or less. And when we say less, that means it might be 29, 28, 27. But the show is a half an hour show, and you got to believe me because you're right here with us. So, without further ado, Chef Carmela, where are we at?
We are almost there, Marsha. Rice is, you know, thing about brown rice, it takes a little bit longer, but it's almost ready also.
Oh my goodness.
And our salmon, if you want to take a look at the salmon, we should be ready on the salmon in about 2 minutes. Now, we did move the salmon down to the second shelf just to control the heat on it because we had it on the top and we didn't want, you know, any.
So the parchment paper can get brown.
It can get brown.
Okay, you just don't want it to get burned.
Well,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
So we moved it down to the second shelf and it's doing well. So we'll be ready to go in just
So should I get my plate?
You should get your
I gotta get my plate. Okay.
You should get your
and
plate.
you know what? And everybody's gonna be shocked because it's not a white plate anymore. Okay. Okay,
has
but
a
it's
blue
such
plate.
a beautiful plate. And it gives away color to the food, you know.
Yes.
So, you know, I believe that, you know, we eat food as we see it, and I think sometimes our dinnerware should also accentuate the meal. Okay, so it really highlights
because
the
you
meal.
don't want it to be bland because then it's like
Right. And I have a thing about this, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you have a loved one in a nursing home setting, this and that, you know, if you are a person that really is into your loved one in that facility, always try to take them something to eat that's colorful and definitely nutritional. Now, if you're going to watch the show here and take some notes and prepare meals for your family at home, but you have a loved one in a nursing home facility of any kind, if food is permitted, you should always decorate a plate of some kind so that their eyes can enjoy along with their stomach what they're getting ready to eat. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm, you know, advocate for seniors and the persons with disabilities, and I just believe everybody should be treated fair and equally. And I had to say that, you know, because really, I mean, if I like this beautiful blue plate and the food is, you know, looking very lovely on it, I'm like, oh, we're getting ready to eat this, you know. And then sometimes you have a white plate, it's okay, but a little garnish or something to throw me off, so I can say, wow.
you want it to be nice. I mean, and we always say this, and you've heard me say it before too. We eat with our eyes first, you know. So if my eyes are looking at it and it's not liking it, the rest of me is gonna
right.
It could taste really you know,
right.
but your eyes are saying no.
Right, and I know restaurant standards is a white plate, so I understand that's a restaurant, but we're talking about at home.
I won't eat split pea soup.
I'm not going to ask that one. Okay, okay.
Just because my eyes say no.
Her eyes say no. Split pea soup could be pretty
But
good.
we are ready, Marsha. If you wouldn't mind taking the salmon out for us.
Okay, all right. You know, that's the growing part right there. Okay, so I'm going to set it. Where do you want me to set it? Here somewhere?
Yeah, right there is great.
Okay, let me get the salmon out.
I'm going to go ahead and make sure our rice is
off. My. Okay.
You okay?
Oh, yeah. Bon appetit. Can you hear the crackle, ladies and gentlemen? Can you hear the crackle? Okay.
Put this lid in the sink here, out of our way.
Okay.
Marsha, are you ready to eat?
I sure am. So the question is, so you saying we're going to eat it from the paper?
No, we're going to actually put it on the plate.
Okay.
so we're going to have our spatula here.
Okay.
What we're going to do is to take some rice here. I don't want to go all the way across.
I was thinking that we were going to eat it from the paper. You know how you see it in the commercial. But that's okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. I do have on a white jacket. Okay, so.
No, we don't want to make a mess. So we're going to take and put down some rice here.
Okay.
All right. And then we're just going to simply take this.
And that's some flavored rice. Oh, you need another glove.
No, I'm good, Marcia.
Okay.
And we're going to open our first one.
Oh.
We can just simply tear that right open. See that steam coming out of it?
Yes, indeed.
Make sure we don't get the paper in there. And we want to just take all of this wonderful food right here.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the salmon.
Oh. It's in 30 minutes or less, ladies and gentlemen. 30 minutes or less.
And we've got our asparagus.
I don't know if our camera guy can get that, but you'll get it when you see it on the plate. Okay. Oh my goodness.
And everything is done right there.
I'm getting ready to have fun. All right.
Okay, we got everything out of that one, Marcia. We're going to give you a chance to see how that tastes.
You want to bust another one open so the viewers can see what looks in the bag? Yeah. Okay, so I know somebody's like, sure. All right.
We'll get this one right here.
Open another one for us.
Look at the steam coming out right there.
Oh, my. I hope you guys can get a shot of that. Now, keep in mind, this is what I'm talking about.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to move this to the side. Okay, so our viewers can see that. Okay, and I want them to see this lovely plate. So if you don't get to see my plate, you're going to see it when I eat it.
Yeah.
All right, so, okay. Excuse me. I got to try my rice first. The rice is great. Okay. Oh, look at that salmon cut.
Falling right apart.
It sure is.
Nice and tender.
Oh, you guys are still here. Okay, wait a minute.
I think she's liking it.
I am. Oh, look how the asparagus cut so easily. And this is all in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
And we still got time. Okay. I'm about to add asparagus to my meal list now.
See?
Okay. Wow. Okay. Tell us about the meal one more time, because when the cameras go off, I'm going to have a good time.
All right. Okay. So we have our brown rice, which we cooked in vegetable broth. And then we just simply took a piece of parchment paper, put some asparagus down, some shredded carrots, red onion, seasoned that up, topped it with a piece of salmon with about 4 to 6 ounces, seasoned the salmon, and just fold the parchment paper up, cook it in the oven. You've got about 20 minutes in the oven, and you're done.
Chef Carmela McTire, will you come back again?
I will. Marcia.
Promise.
I will promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta eat. I just gotta eat. But you know who I am. I'm your host, Marcia Florence, for Just Ask, and what do I always say? Hashtag Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff, because my meal's getting cool here. But I always tell you, if you have a question about a person with a disability, or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host. Bon appetit.